today we're going to Canada. We're flying to Toronto. I'll show you everything. I have a whole plan with a lot of top places and destinations. So hope we're able to visit everything in 1 week. Stay tuned. And by the way, I'm drinking pumpkin ice latte. So it marks the beginning of autumn for me. We arrived and now we're in Toronto. Getting out of the airport. Exciting. And now we're having some Canadian beer. Yay! Cheers to the first evening. And although far from home, we're still having Ukrainian national dishes. For example, this is borscht, my favorite soup. Happy. And these are the famous cabbage rolls. I love them. I cook them myself as well, but obviously it's better when someone prepares them for you. And now look at where I am. Niagara Falls. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Insane. So where am I now? So this is Niagara Falls. Actually, the view here is not the best. The best view is right there, and I'll show you this later. But first of all, to tell you a bit more about this place, Niagara Falls is actually not just one fall, but 3 waterfalls. You can see from both sides. One side is Canada, where I am now, in Ontario, and the second side on the other side of the bridge is in the US, in the state of New York. It's near Buffalo, but actually people say that the views are more dramatic from the Canadian side where I am now. It's very, very pretty here. The weather is quite good, I would say. It's a bit rainy, but usually in October it can even snow sometimes, and it's very, very cold usually. But today it's 12-13 degrees, so global warming is real, guys. So yeah, let me show you the better view from the other side. Just wait a second. The oldest and best known tourist attraction here is the mini boat tour, where you can get wet literally in seconds. It's called Made of the Mist in the US, on the US side, and then on the Canadian side it's called the Hornblower. But today we probably won't be doing this, unfortunately, because you actually get so wet that you need to change straight away. Although they give you this little cute coats. I'll show you, I'll add an image here. So what you need for this kind of weather is the rain poncho. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. I don't know if it's the right size. Maybe not yet. Let's try. Oh, exactly my size. Fits perfectly. Balenciaga fashion show winter 2024. Well, actually, there are some locals here. Can we ask you a couple of questions? How do you find your life here? Is it enjoyable? Is it pleasant? I think the answer is yes.
Definitely.
Or no. And in the shop they have mushroom blends. I don't know, you basically add it to your tea, coffee or whatever you want to eat. And I have no idea what happens after. There are also some other pretty cool things. For example, this made in Canada boots. Probably you can wear them only inside. They actually cost almost $200, but they look pretty decent. And these cute gloves, love them. And a lot of Indian motifs. And just to show you, this is the bridge I was talking about, where you can cross from the US to Canada and vice versa. So pretty cool. Actually, we were told that some girls, they go clubbing on Fridays and Saturdays. They cross the bridge from the US side to the Canadian side because the clubs and bars are cheaper in Canada. Fun fact. So this is the view from the US side, and they can actually see only the top. And this is from the Canada side. I mean, this is much more dramatic rather than seeing this from the top. That's why they usually go on boat cruises here. But the boat tour is actually quite quick. It's just 8 minutes. No, actually, no, I think 20 minutes long. And there are helicopter rides, 8 minutes long each. And interesting fact about the helicopter rides, they cost about $500, but there were a lot of fatal crashes, but they still cannot make them illegal because Niagara Falls are in between the two governments and it takes too much effort to coordinate this illegal activity. That's why there are still companies who arrange this kind of tours. But I think even without the helicopter, it's pretty awesome to see it from the ground. Cuteness level overload. Interesting place. It's basically a village where Indian people still live, and they sell cigarettes, like a lot of cigarettes, and they're very cheap, like $13. And here they also have very interesting things, inventory, like this one, West Coast grunter. Basically, I think you used to call the deers. I think, black-tailed deers. We also have some tick removers and stuff. Very unusual. Also, I wanted to show you something in case you don't know. In Canada they have black squirrels. This one is a bit too far away from me, but I think you get the idea. So this is a full day 2 in Canada. And finally we got to Toronto. We took a taxi because from Mississauga to Toronto it takes about an hour and a half to get there, but it took us actually more than an hour and a half to get to Toronto because today is a marathon day in here and all the roads are closed. But finally we got here. For now it looks quite sad, but let's see. We'll explore the city a bit more and maybe there are better places here. Oh my god, I found a fountain of my dreams, a dog fountain. Look at this. This is a tube station, the first tube journey in Toronto. Looks quite clean. Hello. I don't know what to tell you guys. We're now in Mississauga and this is how a typical neighborhood here looks like. I mean, I'm not extremely impressed to be honest, but it's alright. Salaries here are quite high, so you can live a pretty quality life irrespective of pretty much what you do. And you'll have a nice little house, a very calm, quiet neighborhood, your kids running in the garden, one golden retriever, and yeah, enjoyable life, I guess. That's all I can tell about this place. Stay tuned. And a lot of houses here have just one floor, as you can see. Interesting. This house is actually my favorite one so far. Huge cars, and it looks so pretty, and the garden's nice, and the tree, everything is very quiet here, peaceful, love it. Also, I'm in the bus now, and here in Canada the system in the bus is very strange to ask for a stop. Basically, you need to pull the cord, the yellow cord. Otherwise, if you don't do this and no one else does it, then the driver will just pass your stop. Let me show you. So this is the cord I'm talking about. Basically, you just need to pull it. Interesting system. Now, no, it's not our bus. So now we're going from Mississauga to Toronto, and the transport links here are quite poor, to be honest. It takes ages for the bus to arrive, and if you miss one bus, then another one takes another half an hour, 40 minutes to come. Actually, here's my bus. I'll continue the story later. So let me continue the story. Basically, to get from one spot in Mississauga to Toronto, it takes an hour and a half with 3 changes on different transport companies, and one is called the Go, another one is a train company, so yeah, it's quite a journey, but money-wise it costs about $10-13 by bus, by train, etc. And if you want to get a taxi, it costs about 50 Canadian dollars to get there to Toronto by taxi. Finally, we arrived to Toronto. CN Tower. Ah. Okay, we've seen CN Tower before, but not from this angle. Finally, I feel the life. I feel the blood of this city. And this is Union Station, one of the, maybe the biggest station, metro station, underground station, train station, whatever, in Toronto. It's actually quite beautiful and nice and spacious. Entrance to trains. Look at the queue. And this is me after Sephora. I love my blue eyeliner. Maybe I'll get myself one later. Lovely. Going to the Japanese restaurant. I'll share the name a bit later, but I heard rumors that it's one of the best Japanese izakayas in Toronto, and I love Japanese cuisine, so very excited and hungry. So this is the place where we're going, Kinka Izakaya. Yes. So the dinner was amazing, highly recommend this place, and the check was not extremely high. It was, I think, around £80 for 2 people, so £40 per person, but it's a really good place. And now we're going to the Kensington Market. Kensington Market is basically the area like in London pretty much, with rich houses, a very beautiful neighborhood, a lot of artsy shops and cafes, and we're now passing by very nice houses. Look at this one. In future I want to have a house like this with the similar lighting as well. So yeah, very nice area. I would live here. Look how cute is that. Someone put together like a memorial place for their dog Coco. That's so sweet. And a little bench that says in loving memory of Benito and Rosetta Benedetto. Maybe actually those are the owners of this dog. Very sweet. So now we're walking down the street, and I've just found out that the name of the street is Borden Street. So just want to remember this moment, because, and the moment, the place as well, because if I were to live in Toronto, I would love to have a house here. That's it. Or this one is actually quite nice with a large terrace on top. Love it. This one is cute too. So this is Kensington Market area where all the youngsters go. Today is not the busiest day because it's Tuesday, but it looks pretty. I like it. And we're heading to Chinatown, which is the largest Chinatown in North America. And this looks like Canary Wharf. KPMG, I think BMO, Bank of Montreal, I think other companies and the banks are also there, and CN Tower. I always want to say CNN Tower. So now we're in Chinatown. It's a long two-sided street, and here is the one and only duck. Just one left, because it's late in the evening, I guess. And now we came to the Graffiti Alley. I know it's quite late, but you can still see some art. And it's quite empty. I love it. No people. You can take nice photos. Look, how cool is that? I also wanted to show you the supermarkets in Canada. This is one of the most popular supermarkets. I think it's called Loblo, I think. And actually it's very decent. It looks even better than Waitrose. Shocking. This is the name of the shop. It's called Loblaws, and this is the size of their salads compared to my hand. Greek salad in season. Good morning, beautiful people. I wanted to share with you that we're here actually almost for the Halloween season. Actually, Halloween is just one day, but it's a whole Halloween season. And look at what people come up with. Creative ideas of Canadians. I love it. And now we're taking Bus Go. Bus Go is a bus for the travel from one city to another. Usually you can get from Mississauga to Toronto, and here you need to request the stops again and again this yellow strip. But here you don't need, basically what you need to do is just to push the strip to request a stop. So a bit more civilized way than in the previous bus that I showed. This is me again after Sephora. Actually, I bought this eyeliner and finally found one of my best coffee places. I don't think they have one in London. Maybe they do, but I've never been in London. It's called Arabica, and looks so minimalistic. And again, we're at Union Station, so highly recommend this place for coffee, especially their Spanish latte. It's delicious. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like this. So in the toilet here at the Union Station, in the female toilet, they have a needle disposal bin, because here a lot of drugs are allowed. That's crazy. Look at it. So we are near the CM Tower. There's an elevator that takes you up to the roof. I'm not sure if we'll go there, probably not, but we're going to the Ripley's Aquarium. I think it's one of 3 or 4 Ripley's aquariums in North America, and probably the biggest one. So I think it has 20,000 different species. I'll show you what we see, and yeah, basically we just want to have fun. This fish is called look down. I thought it's called look down. Look down fish. We're all locked down fish. So, we're sitting at a restaurant. It's quite popular. It's called Skadabush. And we're sitting at a bar because it's very popular and all the tables need to be pre-booked. And we asked for tomato juice and they said we don't have any, but we have clam. And we're like, I thought clam, they mean like clementines, like little oranges. And then I asked them if it's the case and they are like, no, it's actually made out of clams. So basically this is what we're having. It looks like tomato juice and tastes like Bloody Mary pretty much, but without the alcohol. But actually it's the juice. I'll add an image here. It's like tomato juice mixed with clam juice and something else. So it's very interesting. I like the taste. Very similar to Bloody Mary, but I've never seen it anywhere else. So cheers to that. Cheers to opening, to learning new things every day. So this is mushroom fettuccine. Looks beautiful. And I'm drinking red wine sangria. And here we have Italian burger with fries. Looks beautiful. And birra Moretti. The dinner was fabulous and now we're on Yonge Street. So this is actually the longest street in the world. So if someone says that, oh, we live on the same street, don't raise your hopes, probably you'll never see them again. The length of the street is around 1,900 kilometers. It extends from the Lake Ontario in Toronto to the Minnesota state in the US. And this length is actually longer than the distance between Berlin and Istanbul. Nice people live in Canada. The only thing, actually not the only thing, but one of some things that I don't like about Toronto is there are a lot of homeless people. Like, look at this. This is a gym and there is just a person lying on the ground. Like, I don't think it's okay. Is it? This is the biggest shopping mall in Toronto, Toronto Eaton Centre. And here, walking down the Yonge Street, we're coming closer to the crossing of Yonge and Dundas Street. And there is a little nice square that is quite similar to the Times Square in New York. New York! No, actually we're in Toronto, forget it. Oh. Hello, we're now in Etobicoke. Don't ask me why. Very random, but it's a town or a city, I don't know. It's between Mississauga and Toronto, so we're on the way to Toronto and decided to stop here. And actually it looks like a desert. There's nothing around and there's this shopping mall with a couple of small shops. And we went to one shop with lingerie, with underwear, and the prices are insane. Like a pajama set can cost around $150 to $200, and it's really nothing special, but they're importing from Europe, so maybe that's the reason why, because there is also tax, blah 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 blah, but still it's very expensive. And look at this trees, Christmas tree. It doesn't look great, like it doesn't, right? And it costs almost $100, 99.99. I'm sorry, like why? Why? So everything here is extremely expensive. Or look at this one, like I wouldn't even pay $10 for it. I would. So we are planning a new trip, and the trip will be a boat trip. Here we go, it's Jack Layton Ferry Terminal. We got some Greek food here, and we're going to the Toronto Islands. There are 3 islands, and I will tell you more about them very, very soon. Just give me 5 minutes to get tickets.
20 cents, please.
So now we have 3 tickets. Adult tickets cost nine Canadian dollars return. So 2 ways, and there are 3 main islands here. One is the central island in the middle between the other 2. Another one is called the Hanlan's Point Island, and the third one is Wards Island. And today there are only boat tours to, or like ferry tours to Wards Island. So you can actually walk or cycle from one island to another. There are a lot of bridges and pathways, and Central Island is the most active one. There is a Centreville amusement park there. It's really good for families with kids. Then there is the Hanlan's Point, I think it's called the Hanlan's Point Island, which has a clothing optional beach. And it's very good for those who love nature, who love parks. It's very green. And the third one, the one we're going to, is Wards Island. Wards Island is quieter, has really beautiful nature as well. It's good for spotting birds and some animals, and also a point to note is that there are no hotels on any of the islands, but there are some Airbnbs and some local residents living there. And there are some cafes and restaurants, so you don't have to buy food, but you can if you wish to. And another point is, if you want to make a barbecue yourself, you cannot bring barbecue to the ferry, so just be careful. But here, look, it's very fancy. You can sit on the chairs and wait for your ferry. And ferry schedule is very convenient. They leave every 1 hour, but if you even miss this ferry, it's fine, because you can always take a lake, I think they're called lake taxi or boat river taxi, whatever. They're very close to this ferry station, and they cost $12 per adult. So that's just another option, and this is a public ferry that we're taking today. Here is a proof that we've been to the Wards Island. So this is the map of all of the islands. We're here now, Wards Island ferry dock. And they also have the waiting shed where you can wait for your ferry. This is how it looked in 1916, and this is how it looks now in 2023. And here local residents live. Actually, it's pretty cool. Look, you're surrounded by nature, not much is happening here. It's very quiet, just a couple of local coyotes, and that's it. And you. Not bad. And look at this one. Fancy. Oh, this one looks nice. Love it. Judging. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Beautiful. And imagine telling your friends, oh, I live on the island near Toronto. It's like 10 minutes by ferry, and going to work by ferry. Isn't it amazing? I think it is. The only problem when living on this island is that sometimes the ferries don't go to all of them. Like today, for example, they go only to one island, basically. So if you're stuck somewhere in Toronto, sorry, not in Toronto, you arrive here, for example, to this island, but you live in a completely opposite direction, then you need a yacht, which you can park here, and probably that's the only way. Or walking, but walking is not the best option because sometimes it can take up to an hour and a half to get to another island. But the views here are pretty stunning, I would say.
Ready? All right, let's go.
Mood. And this is our second island. It's called Algonquin Island. You can get there by walking. La la la. It's also a residential island, so there are some local people. Look how beautiful, This is a second-hand boutique. This is how they call it. A little... Oh, there's some food here. Not bad. There are some items that you can get. That's pretty cool. Just imagine you live in this cute little house, and this is the view you have every morning or every evening that you go out for a walk. It's extremely beautiful. Or this house, it's also very nice. I would live here. Or you have this house. I know the shape is quite unusual, but the view, unbelievable. Wow. So I was just googling how to buy a house on any of these Toronto islands, and actually the process is very difficult. There is this community, like the center basically, that owns the land. So basically if you buy something here, you own only the house but not the land, so it's kind of leasehold. And there is this random draw that shortlists like 100 to 200 applicants in a couple of years, every couple of years, and then you can buy a house. But a lot of people, they are in this queue for over 30 years, so it's very difficult to get in. And also every year you're in, you need to pay $50 for just participating. And since 1994 they sold only 70 houses, which is literally nothing. So it's very difficult. But the house price is actually not that bad. It's around 65,000-70,000 Canadian dollars. So it's very cheap. But again, you own only a house and for a particular time before your lease ends. And also it's very difficult to get in. So complicated journey, but very worth it if in the end you're a lucky winner. And also another last interesting point to note is that you cannot sell this house. If something happens to you, only your children and spouse can inherit it. I had to turn on the flash because it's very dark, but now we're going to the Snake Island, and I guess it's gonna be our last island for tonight. Well, I know the video quality is quite poor, but there's not much here. I don't know why it's not visible, but literally nothing, empty. So we're going back. It looks like a horror movie. So back to the map again. This is where we were. Then we were here. We walked past the fire station. Then we went to the Snake Island, which was empty. And this is where we pretty much stopped and went back. So we covered about less than half of the island. Actually, this is the rest. So probably it's best to come here early morning, have breakfast, and then go explore or maybe cycle around. So I would next time go to St. Andrew's Church, and then probably to the Central Island, which has an amusement park, Olympic Island, and also look at this cute donut island. And they also have Turtle Pond, but I assume they don't have any turtles there. So it's more than enough for one day tour. I also wanted to show you the size of the portions here. Just look, compared to my hand. They're huge. Like, I've never seen anything like this in the UK, for example. So maybe you remember I told you about this clamato juice with clams. So this is the one. There are different varieties. I've never seen these bottles before. So that's the Bank of Montreal, and drive-through ATM. So it's pretty much like in McDonald's. Love it. And this is how it works. You just pass by, you can withdraw cash, you can top up, whatever. Interesting. And we're again in our favorite coffee place. Perfection. So we decided to have lunch again in Scottish. Probably it's our favorite place here. Price quality ratio is very, very good, on point. And they're famous for their mozzarella. They have a beautiful station. I'll show you a video. And obviously we ordered some mozzarella. So look at it. This is truffle mozzarella. Looks so yummy. And this is our king steak. And again, mushroom pasta, because it's so good. And now we're also walking Canadian version of the Walk of Fame. And this one is actually empty. My name will be here soon. Keanu Reeves. Oh, I know him. Wayne and Shasta. No idea who that is. Damien Warner. I don't know. Graham Greene. No. Lloyd Robertson. Why do I not know anyone? Well, it's fine. It's fine. This is our last day in Canada, and we're now in Streetsville. It's not that famous actually, but they have a cute tea room. It's a town inside Mississauga, but in Mississauga there's not much to do anyway, so we decided to explore and see what are the best places here, because actually quite a lot of Ukrainians live here, specifically in Mississauga and not in Toronto. So let's see. It's a neighborhood in the south central part of Mississauga at the mouth of the Credit River. Looks quite beautiful. We're gonna have a stroll around here, and there are quite a few beautiful parks. For example, I think one of them is called Oak Tree Park, famous for its high oak trees, obviously. It's very calm here, and the weather is more or less okay. It's a little bit windy, but it's refreshing, I would say.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just tweet your body, your mind. Baby, you give me.
So it's actually quite cold outside, we realized. We decided to get some fuel, and we're now having lunch in a place called the Snug Harbor, and this is our chowder, and there's more fish on the way. And these three, they're called Roseberry Point, and these three are called Lucky Lion. Let's try them.
But I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind.
Having eaten, we decided to go to Ripley Marsh Conservation Area, and obviously we're here during Halloween time, so some people are very creative. Let me show you how creative they are. I think it's a really good idea to have this kind of walking bridges in the parks or forests or conservation areas like this one, because it's good for both nature and people. For people it's nice, you walk in the shoes, you don't ruin them, you don't get stuck anywhere in any holes, and you can also cycle here. And for the nature, for the obvious reasons, it's good because no one picks anything, any flowers, and people don't destroy the nature. They don't have any barbecues, open fires here, so it's a really good idea. I wish all the forests had this kind of walking bridges. So we're sitting on a plane already going back to London. You can see London here. Home sweet home, Alabama. It was a great trip, full of good memories, interesting experiences, nice and not that nice people, different people. So again, coming back home full of emotions, fully recharged. So yeah, thank you for staying, thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe and follow me. See you soon. Bye.